Yo, what is up guys, Digirex here, and today I'm coming at you with a brand new Destiny video. And in today's Destiny video, we are going to be talking about what I think the best Warlock subclass is after this February update. So now the Crucible is very much changed from what it has been previously and what it has been ever before. I'd say the Crucible is probably the newest it has been since the release of the game, with the special ammo changes and this very odd meta that a lot of people don't like. I don't know if I like it. It's just a weird meta, and nobody really knows what to use. It's pretty balanced in terms of primaries, but in terms of secondaries, sidearms are OP. But I'm going to be talking about subclasses today, not guns. And recently there have been a few changes to the Warlock subclasses, and I'm going to be talking about which I think is best in Trials of Osiris. So now I did a video like this a while ago with another update, and it's my most viewed video on the channel. So we're going to do it again here, but just with this update instead of the last one. Okay, so some of the changes that happened in, this new February update, this new meta, is that first of all, the Stormcaller melee got nerfed. So it's still good, but it's not as good as it was. It was amazingly good. Now it's just like, somewhat good. Like, you can still get some pretty far snipes if you're lucky. But the thing is about this new meta that there's no special ammo really as much, like especially in Trials. And you can't really shotgun bum rush people because you'll just lose your special ammo if you die. And so that basically means you can't pair this overpowered melee with a shotgun anymore, which really nerfs the melee in itself, because most of the time people would, pull up a Matador 64, and then if they didn't finish you, they would just shotgun you, or if they didn't finish you, they would just melee you with that overpowered melee. Now people can't do that, and landfall was also nerfed, so now when you use landfall, your super doesn't last as long. So Stormcaller is at a little bit of a disadvantage here going into Trials. First of all, if you want to use your super to, shut down other supers with the landfall, or even get a quick double or triple kill if your enemies are grouped up, you can't really, you can do this still, and if you're going for the triple kill, just get the triple kill and end the round. But if you're just landfalling one person, I'd say it's not worth it, because they did nerf the time a significant amount after you use landfall. Which is a little bit annoying for most Stormcallers. So Stormcaller is at a definite disadvantage. So now, Voidwalker did get changed a little bit also, with that whole health thing. A main part of Voidwalker is that health regen, and now that the health regen is broken, that is a serious nerf to pretty much Voidwalker's main ability to just get that health back, be a vampire. You just get that regen all the time. And now you can't really do that, but I would say that Axiom Bolts are still pretty good for Trials. You can push people out of situations, you can push people towards your teammate. The Axiom Bolts are just really good for getting people out of situations, and they're also pretty damaging. If you got them in a pinch, Axiom Bolts can be pretty damn good at damaging your enemies. And then you got the Nothing Manacles, but I think the Axiom Bolts are probably better, to be honest. Overall, I think they are better. Yeah, so that really not as many changes for the Voidwalker, kind of just the accidental regen change. And that brings me to Sunsinger. Now, Sunsinger really didn't get nerfed. It got nerfed before, and now I'm not even sure if Warlock is really the best class overall to take into Trials, just because the subclasses have all been nerfed. Not recently, but two of them got nerfed recently, and then Sunsinger got nerfed in the past. But now, really, Sunsinger is kind of the best option once more, like it was in Year 1. So this is because the grenades are pretty decent, firebolts are okay, and if you want to be super cheeky, you can use your fusion nades and just try to go for these mad sticks. But really, the super is probably the best for this. You're not going to be shutting down supers, but you're not really going to be getting sniped off of supers anymore, because nobody has any damn special ammo. You can pull off some really good clutches with Sunsinger, as well as use your nades and its melee to your advantage. And with the nerf of the Stormcaller melee, I think Scorch may be the best melee. You couple it with a Flame Shield, and you're going to be winning any close range engagements, especially now that shotguns really aren't a thing in the game anymore, which is, just makes this even better. You'll be winning all your melee battles, you can come back to life, and you won't get really sniped or really supered off res as much anymore. which is really good. So Sunsinger is looking like a pretty strong contender. I would not say Voidwalker anymore. I know some people will still use Voidwalker, but just that health change really drives it into the ground. I mean, that's a massive nerf to the Voidwalker. One of the main abilities of Voidwalker is that you know, health regen. And Stormcaller can still be good for team wipes and stuff, but I would not recommend using Landfall anymore because of the nerf. I would probably use Ionic Blink, and you know, even that, it still takes up your super pretty quickly, and if the enemies are smart, they could Fist of Havoc you, Golden Gun you, do something like that, or just run away and wait till your super drains out, which could happen now. And you can't do the shoddy you know, Thunderstrike combo anymore, so that's a serious nerf to the Stormcaller. And really what it's leading up to is the Sunsinger. I really think the Sunsinger is the best Warlock subclass after this balancing, because of it's pretty much the best melee now in the game. You're going to be winning all your melee battles, and you're also going to be very sufficient with coming back to life, helping your teammates, making those clutch plays for your team. And if you don't feel comfortable with like self-resing or whatever, I would probably pick a different subclass, because that is a pretty dang good advantage of this. I mean, or if you already have a self-res on your team, you could just run 2 self-reses, honestly. You could do a bunch of things. The whole meta is changed. There's really an endless amount of things, new like setups and stuff you can use in this meta. It's pretty balanced, but you know, it's gonna have its retardedness, like all Crucible metas. But guys, that is going to wrap up the video. Those are the reasons why I think Sunsinger is now the best. It's got decent grenades. It's got a really good melee now that Thunderstrike is nerfed a little bit and it can't be used with shotguns. And its super can now, like, I mean, you're hardly going to get your super shut down by shotgun. Just make sure nobody Fist of Havoc you. Be smart with your self-reses. And that is why I think Sunsinger is the best subclass for Trials for the Warlock. So I'll be doing a Titan and a Hunter version of this video with the balancing changes with them. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe for more Destiny, Overwatch, and For Honor content. I hope you guys have a great day. This has been Digirex. Peace.
And I'm open to mine, so we all need some time just to settle down. Won't you come around, 'cause I never can leave it alone. Talking about somebody rolling, boulevard dining, making it count for efforts I can't explain. Balling and feeling we drowning, never been humbled by playing the fighter.